Hey guys, I'm finally getting back to it with the big time matchup between the Honored One and Mr. Worldwide. Now, just to get this started, I'm using Shinjuku Showdown Gojo versus pre-War Arc Kakashi. I think that's the most competitive this fight will ever be. Part 1, he never uses Kamui. War Arc and DMS, I think are pretty clear stomps. Now, when I say pre-war arc, I mean everything up until the first fight of the war. So anything after that is off the table. And for Gojo, it's the strongest version of him there ever will be, for obvious reasons. So with all that out of the way, let's get into the fight. So if you've seen my modular Yuji versus Akatsuki video, pretty much all the high tiers, Gojo, Sukuna, Dabura, and Yuji, all have very good feats and they almost all scale to. Keyword almost. Gojo is the self-proclaimed and widely considered to have been the strongest until Sukuna defeated him, having to get a specific ability, the 10 Shadows, just to even have a chance, as he didn't think to transform into his Heian self because of Infinity. Now, to get this out of the way, Infinity works is like an asymptote on a graph. Sorry for the math flashbacks. As time approaches infinity, it approaches zero, but never actually touches. It is so close, but it would never actually touch it. Basically, anytime anything approaches it, the distance gets divided again and again. For well, you know. So that basically why there's any discussions between him and any characters, despite them possibly being physically more impressive, they can't touch him. What makes this more dangerous is his stamina. Now, if you had two pools, one with 100 gallons, one with 50 gallons, obviously you were using them at the same rate, the 50 would be used up quicker, unless the 50 was constantly being filtered. So if you take out 5 out of the 50 gallon to use it for some task, it's really like you're only taking out 1 gallon. Basically, the six eyes are super efficient. In effect, he has lots of stamina. Now, his big attacking abilities are blue, which is negative distance, like drawing a dot on the page and pinching the dot. Now, reality dislikes having empty space, so it constantly sucks inward, like a vacuum. Red is the opposite, it is positive distance. Imagine putting something underneath the sheet of paper, it's constantly pushing things away from it. Purple is combining the two, it creates imaginary mass. And if you get hit by it, you're being pulled and pushed at the same time. But it's not matter deletion. You literally see Sukuna block an amped version of the attack. He also has teleportation, levitation, can boost his speed with blue. You also cannot forget about his domain unlimited void. It's a sure hit, and domain amplifies stats of the user. Any character with a similar enough brain to a human that gets hit by it just kind of loses. Now, Gojo's strength when he awakens out of the seal, he creates an earthquake at around 3 to 5 megatons, with higher yields getting around 29 megatons, or town level due to the distance and depending on the magnitude. Gojo's final hollow purple, which I mistakenly said in my last video was vaporization, but it's most likely pulverization due to there being dust and debris left over. It comes out to around 10 megatons, but due to at the very least Gojo being near equals to Sukuna, Sukuna's divine flame comes out to around 50 to 100 megatons or mountain level. Now for speed, it's stated by the Burrow that no one can move past light speed, which is fine for this sub-relativistic to relativistic for every character besides the Burrow and maybe a little lower. Majin Yuji, at least in combat speed, can still be consistent. Sukuna dodges EM wave, which comes out to 6% the speed of light. Landing black flashes, Gojo stated to be able to land them at will if all you needed was timing. Comes out to around 1.15% the speed of light. Sukuna Calc gets to 70% the speed of light, dodging that EM wave with a higher interpretation. Kakashi Hatake. Wait, what? I said that wrong. Kakashi Hatake. Kakashi Kakashi of the Sharingan, owner of over 1,000 jutsus, the copy ninja, Mr. Worldwide, known by a little alien that died a millennium ago, the guy who cut a lightning bolt in half, Kakashi of the Sharingan. I literally just said that because I can't say his name. He's known by many names and known by all. Kakashi, of course, has his Sharingan, which I literally just said. Raikiri, which is known for its piercing power and speed boost. That Minato called dangerous. He didn't start using the jutsu on a regular basis until he obtained the Sharingan to boost his perception. Earth style mud wall, water clone, shadow clone, lightning clone. The main reason this is a fight up for discussion, Kamui, which is a space-time jutsu that spawns on the target and transports anything into the Kamui subdimension. As long as he can track it or has line of sight, he can target it with Kamui. But a major weakness of Kashi, the opposite of Gojo, is his stamina. For strength, Kakashi can confidently clash with characters like Asami and Itachi in hand-to-hand combat, who both have scaling to Curse Mark 2 Sasuke, who amplified 10 times due to the Curse Mark, as a showing of a fire style to create some clouds that get up to 1.4 gigatons, divided by 10 is 140 megatons, or mountain level. Now he downscales from this considering that they're all relative, but Kakashi is inferior to them. Speed, Kakashi blocks water bullets, which are stated to move at light speed. Kakashi also intercepts false darkness, which is around 2% the speed of light. He also blocks it at 3%. Later we see he fights Sasuke briefly, who shoots an arrow from the Susanoo. Kakashi with his MS, which boosts perception, and intercepts it with Kamui. Why is this important? Sasuke fights a samurai named Mifune, whose sword slashes has been stated to move at light speed. Sasuke reacts to it, comes out to around 86% the speed of light. You also see before Sasuke fights the Raikage, who is stated to move at like light speeds. So with that all out of the way, let's get into their individual matchup. Now, Kakashi is just superior in raw strength and speed. Even with eyeballing Gojo speed, he has a decent edge. I mean, Kakashi as far back as part 1 has higher arguments, but let's just keep it as competitive as possible. Gojo has the advantage in stamina, as well with Infinity, would be able to negate offensive jutsu. Kakashi's win cons is obviously Kamui. Now pre-war arc, his perception with it and his speed puts him at a clear advantage, but in a drawn-out encounter, he could lose to being out-stamina'd. We see this when he uses it against Deidara, and it's bedridden so bad he is forced to not go with Team 7 to try and get Sasuke. An advantage that Kakashi also has is his intelligence. He definitely would not overuse his MS. For Gojo, his really best win con would be Domain. The only way Kakashi can get out of that is if he was never there in the first place. Maybe a lightning or a shadow clone. Kakashi gets hit by it, it's likely GG. The same goes for Kakashi and Kamui. Now, if this fight is in character, Kakashi is very likely to start off the encounter with a clone to get a feel for his opponent. Throw in some Raikiri's fire water style. He will try almost everything. Now, for Gojo, you might be wondering why his purple is not a win con. Well, we see Sukuna tanked an amp purple, so we definitely know that isn't existence erasure, and the fact that a character on his level like kind of like survived it, but like even then he took a little bit of damage. A character like Kakashi, who is confidently higher strength and durability scaling, I think he probably tank it pretty decently. Now, I definitely think it could do some damage, but it's definitely he definitely had to have to hit him a couple of times. Gojo in character is much less likely to pop a domain. It comes down to domain versus Kamui, and Kakashi immediately uses Kamui as a defensive technique and offensive technique against Sasuke and sniping off Data's arms when he's out of range with normal attacks. With Kakashi's speed advantage and in-character fighting tactics, level-headedness versus Gojo's supreme confidence in his infinity, he might get caught by surprise. Once he figures out he can't use his normal attacks, it's Kamui GG. 9 out of 10 times going to Kakashi. The one time goes to when he pops his domain. We all saw how Kakashi dealt with Tsukiyomi. Infinite info would destroy him. In the 10% of times Gojo could win, but Kakashi likely slams.